Hey everyone, I hope this post finds you all doing well. I just wanted to get on here today and say that I got several favorable mentions from the podcast Zone 7 with Sheryl McCullum and her guest, Danny Couples. Both are forensic experts, and they discussed, as I have many times here before, things about the ambush, including the blood spatter and the evidence that was there. Mac has a podcast, Zone 7, and it is in the Nancy Grace envelope of podcasts. So she is quite the expert. She is a crime scene investigator. She's written a book or co-written a book, and she's quite knowledgeable about crime scene investigations. Both Danny and Mac McCullum took the Truth Has No Agenda tour. They got to see a lot that day. One of the things I really wanted them to see was the convoluted route that Buford and Pauline drove that morning. It was quite long, took a while to navigate through it, and it's interesting that both of them expressed their opinions to me while we were there that they had serious doubts that Buford would have taken that route had he been going to Hollis Jordan's place there on Highway 45. Also, they expressed doubts about how that an ambush party would know to wait for him at that church. Their real expertise is in blood spatter and forensic investigation. And they went into great detail on their podcast about the blood spatters. Same thing that I've gone through, basically reached the same opinions that I have. And it's always nice to have somebody who's far more knowledgeable than yourself to confirm exactly what you've had to say. So I would encourage you to listen to that podcast. It's about 41 minutes long, well worth the time you invest in. Something else I'd like to address while I'm here is the fact that I have a lot of people out there who don't like what I have to say. Some of them have been removed from this page simply because this page is about conversation and debate. And the people that I removed did not want to participate in either. They would only be interested in getting on here and making statements and expressing their beliefs that Buford was a true hero. But when you would ask them to give a little evidence of what they say, give a little evidence about how I'm wrong, I would ask them multiple times, which places did Buford actually close down? What state liners did he send to prison? And they were unable to answer. They just continued to make the same rhetorical statements that they had always made. Of course, one of those is poison ivy and KP. Now, they want to both come off trying to sound like experts, but I noticed that they rarely ever use anything at all other than what I've stated. So it really is one of those things where I don't want people to get the impression that they are correct about anything they say, really. It seems like that they are just out to hate me. And why? Because I like to learn the real story. Have I changed my story a little bit over the years? Sure I have. As you research, as you learn things, you do have a tendency to change what you have to say. For instance, for a long time, I never believed that Diane was at the house the night that the ambush took place. But then I had multiple people contact me, none of which really knew each other, all telling me the same story about what Diane personally told them. Now, while I've never talked to Diane or had the opportunity while she was still with us, they did have that opportunity. They did visit with her. People like Arnie Hardy, Olin Sonny Davis, just several people. So I don't know what to say about that. Don't know how to address those people. They will never change. They want to believe that Buford is the hero that they've always believed him to be. They want to believe in the walking tall version of Buford Pusser. You know, I really don't have many rules on this page. One is that we need to be courteous to each other. Another is that if you're going to make a statement, you should be prepared to engage in conversation or debate. Provide some backing of what you say. Those aren't hard rules to live by. And those are about the only reasons that, and using profane and abusive language, those are about the only reasons that I will block somebody from my page. If you want to learn the real story of Buford Pusser, you need to get my book, Buford Pusser, The Other Story. It is full of facts and information that you don't get anywhere else that I know of. It's the story as told by the people who live their own parts in the real tale. It's full of photographs, documents, lots of interesting things to see, and it pretty well outlines everything from Buford's birth up until the time of his death, and even after that, because the family became embroiled in a lot of lawsuits over his legacy. So, again, Buford Pusser, The Other Story. It's available at both Amazon.com and eBay. At any rate, I hope you join me Thursday for another podcast. What we're going to be doing on Thursday is, since it's been a while since we've discussed the Plantation Club and what all happened there prior to and when Buford became sheriff, is the subject matter that we'll cover. And I think you'll find it interesting because you may learn some things that you've never heard before. That'll be Thursday, 5 o'clock, same as usual. And I hope to see you then. Until then, just remember, the truth has no agenda. Thanks for watching this.